you all for being here. So I have 3 books of poems. 2 came out last year, and 1 is out this year. And I'm going to read from this one called Leaves of Love. I'm going to read what is written on the back of my book to introduce myself to you, because I think this just says it all. Leaves of Love is Belizean American poet Jason Price's 3rd book of poetry. And it is an amazing accomplishment, not only for its poetic reach, but because the poet is bold enough to explore the theme of love in an honest and contagious manner. These 100 poems move beyond love's varied splendor and are a prophetic call of action to return to the religion of love. From the collection's first poem, Let Love be the alphabet that constructs the blockbuster narrative of your life, to the last poem, Let's Love one another is not only the great and most important commandment, it is the forgotten currency in all current religions. Leaves of Love is full of wit, insight, recommendations, and actions of love. It is a collection of poetic gems that shine their light sublimely, becoming a permanent print on the reader's consciousness. Leaves of Love is an exciting and innovative artistic contribution to the conversation on love. The first poem I'm going to read is inspired by my country, Belize, and hopefully you will appreciate it too. It's called Ode to Belize. Press me against your kaya chest as I stroke your corazal hair. Wrap your punta girdle legs around my waist. Oh, Dangriga, dance a dance for me. Let your Belmopan spirit rock me. Stan Creek and Toledo me. From Santa Elena and Benquevejo del Carmen to Ambergisky. Key Carca, rub San Pedro all over me. Let English Key, Monkey River, Hattieville, Barranco, Manatee, Blue Hole, Barrier Reef, Mayan Pass, Mestiza presents. Say Creole me, shine like precious gems in our Jankuna love, below sky, above emerald sea, always my Belize, my love, my jewel, I love you. You know I have been living here too long. This one is called A Call to Love. I've traveled to the end of America and perched on the edges of the wilderness Bronx. I suffered with suffering souls, held the hand of a pauper dying. I've seen the Manhattan moon hanging, low and grief-stricken. I've grown weary watching immigrants ganging for day-to-day sustenance, hugging grown men bawling because their sons are legal stop and frisk targets for gun practice in street brawls. I've labored with laboring invisible hands behind restaurant scenes and queued with restless souls seeking day-to-day work in ice-cold factory. Here, hunger strolls freely, spreading from growling stomach to growling stomach. It's a comforting virus, pregnant with demigods. I've grown comfortable in my hungering skin. This wilderness and new comfort demands some prophet's dream, plead passionately for rains of hope to water dried souls, for flowers to bloom in colors, for spring in winterland, and hope that Americans can save America by replanting its wastelands with urban glories that do not depend on the crows of Wall Street, but build new heavens, carve constellations by preaching and teaching that sharing and caring are a call to love. Yeah. This poem is inspired by the Spanish word Caliente. Caliente. When you make love to me, make it caliente. From the finest edges of hairs on top of my head to the flaking, falling cells from the soles of my feet, make me sweat your fever. Caliente. Your breath against the nape of my neck opens a feathery window at the back of my left ear, which leaks hot perfume. Caliente. Your arms hold me firm as I fall into the cleansing sea of your welcoming tongue. Caliente. I fall into the strokes of your spirit, gently rubbing each vertebrae alabaster white until my spine curves into a rainbow, reaching, flowing like a rustling Caribbean wind, filling my rib cage with naked pride. Caliente. I float, I rise, I twirl, I dance in your adoration of my belly button, my holy spot, sacred hole. I'm open to the onslaught of welcoming splendors that sprinkle fairy dust all over my abdomen, my groins, upper thighs. Oh, my Caliente, the wind of your breath rocks me, the air of your being steadies me. Your touches split me open and sew me back together again like flesh is cloth, and I'm wearing a brand new coat that fits comfortably. Your love, Caliente. So when you make love to me, make it caliente. A heartfelt offering. Perhaps a flake of light flashes through the soul every now and then, alarmingly, carrying in its pocket of wind the wake of your face. So suddenly I sense blindness, and in that intermittent space of sacredness, I more clearly reseal the envelope of your endearing love. I appreciate now the sun's failure to kiss your forehead, or how breezes break their bows into lulls at your entertainment. So, too, I offer your heart, my heart, that it may beat exactly along the hemispheres of your soul until I arrive, none too cautiously, at the start of your horizon. Thank you. I'm going to read one more called Just Do Love. Just do love. Don't talk about love, what you can do and why. Don't take from love your wants and not your needs. Instead, give love in actions. Just do love. Don't preach and pray about love, its lies that destroy the fabrics and colors of love. Don't talk about love, what you can do and why. Don't lie, although truth's subjective. Oh, dove, don't try to change a soul or break a heart. Instead, give love in actions. Just do love. Teach love by example in simple deeds, sweet sighs. Share secrets, tell jokes, be present. Don't talk about love, what you can do and why. Don't cry about love or fear losing its power, for love tears are cleansing and its power is healing. So, instead, give love in actions. Just do love. Walk its walk, sing its song, see a sunset, make life the gift you give each dawn. Don't talk about love, what you can do and why. Instead, give love in actions. Just do love. Thank you.
We want to thank our wonderful writers here for telling us all those wonderful stories. I know it's a chance for us to get involved, and you may have questions and you may join the discussion. And what we are talking about right now, poetry and publishing, does it need to conform to the internet? if it is to survive and continue evolving. So the traditional books that we knew, the old ruffled pages that grandma used to have, the Bible. Now we have the pastors in the church, they got a little tablet, reading the Bible from that. Some people have a problem with that, you know, but it's a new age, electronic media. So what are your thoughts on this new digital system? Do we have to conform? If we don't, the publishers and the writers who do not conform, what will happen to them? So it's up for your discussion. Any thoughts on that? Any of the writers want to comment? Somebody. Or somebody here. Go ahead. Your name, sir?
My name's Steve.
All right.
I'm a professor up at Wagner College. I was wondering, I'm noticing, because a lot of stuff is going to the internet now, and one of the things that I think is most interesting about the internet is, or the most popular site on YouTube, internet is YouTube. And so what that seems to me to mean for writers is that now their face is almost a part of their poetry, where it wasn't before, where the word was able to speak beyond any image or voice. That could have really a dangerous, it could be really liberatory in some ways, but also kind of a negative impact on what's possible and concerns me. And I don't know if that concerns you, that kind of relationship between imagery and voice and the written word. And in some ways it's good, some ways it's bad, I don't know.
Big concern, I don't know. I mean, it's tricky because I remember spending a lot of time actually developing my company once I made the decision to do it. We started out with the Caribbean Folklore Project, and it was just known as a project, and we did all these interesting things, and people were terribly interested. But I had a public figure page that was just really just privatized, and I remember having a lot of issues with bringing, myself to the forefront, especially since I write these like haikus. And that's not the worst of it. I mean, I have a set called Horny Haikus, and I'm just, it's just, hey, I couldn't bring them to this set. And I enjoy being very sarcastic, and the people who know me in my private life know me that way. And it was a very difficult decision to step out from behind, and the same person who writes these articles on television and all this like serious stuff and gives you serious talks. And runs a department at a school is the same person who says this like crazy stuff. And in fact, I even have and so it really was a challenge for me. And but then I don't know, I just had a moment, and it was a friend actually who kind of clued me in, and then clued me in even further just this past weekend when he said, Monique, you talk about the effect that Maya Angelou had on you, and you said that she essentially saved your life when you were like 11, 12 years old, when you were going through what you were going through. And there are a ton of people right now who just will not connect to Maya Angelou. They're like generations beyond that, and they will link to you. And as that person, you can make such a difference, and you can then do what Maya did for you for these people. And that kind of tore down all the walls. I mean, I was crying the whole thing, but it made so much sense, and ever since then, I mean, if a certain organization posts something connected to some of the traumas I've been through, I put it out there. As a Caribbean woman, a public figure who I put it right on my page, and I promote it on cross-promote it on every one of our pages. So it's a decision, but it's also a challenge, because I can also tell you that many moons ago when I wrote the piece Raven in My Arms, oh my God, there she is. That's Raven. I didn't say that. She was a baby, and I wrote the piece Raven in My Arms, and it talked about life in my body at different ages and different traumas I went through, and it talked about the importance of her being in my arms as a baby, and like really understanding love in a way that I think her wonderful parents allowed me to share her. And I remember just saying, if I could feel this kind of love and this connection to this person, then oh my God, all these things in my life that happened,